In this week's daily race be at Spa, we see some good close racing, some hard battles, a couple of cheeky overtakes and a little bit of friendly rubbing. But hey, it's all in a day's racing. And as we jump into the action, you can see that I've qualified in 7th, which is a bit of a good thing because of the stupid system that Polyphony have for the rolling starts. It's an absolute joke and they are rubbish. I mean, you just look here, by the time I cross the start finish line for the first time, they're already so far ahead. And because of that, I'm just going to fast forward pretty much the entire first lap, because that's how long it took me to get anywhere near the back of the cars in front of me. Rolling starts in this game just do not work. And it wasn't until this point, when an entire lap later and we reached the final chicane, that I'd managed to catch up to anywhere resembling being close to the pack in front of me. I mean, even now, it's still a fair distance behind them, but at least I can see them, and at least now I'm thinking I may have a chance of making up some places. And as we take the hairpin, which is turn 1, you can see that the Subaru and the Genesis in front had contact and the Subaru had gone wide. Well, that's fine by me. They can argue over places, gives me more chance to catch up. However, catching up wasn't quite as easy as I'd hoped. As we go through our Rouge, and then from our Rouge leading on to the Kemble Straight, even the mighty Nissan did not have enough grunt under the bonnet to give me a massive advantage. I was catching up slowly because for this week the GTR is the meta, but not as quick as I'd have liked. And as we come to the Lacombe's chicane, from now on in this part of the track, this is where I excel because this is my favourite part of the circuit. Pretty much half the track now is downhill, sweeping, fast, left and right handers, and it just suits my driving style and I enjoy it. And be fair, the Nissan is a great car to take round here. It likes for twists, it likes for turns, and it does it very well. And because of that, I was catching up even quicker. And as we come up to another favourite part of my track, the high speed double left-handers, the Nissan again shows why it's this week's meta. It loves this bend and it grips very well. Unlike the Subaru that had to back off, and that allowed me to get a little bit closer. And looking up ahead, you can see there's been contact between the Genesis and the Alpha, with the Genesis going off. Now that allowed the Subaru to go straight through. I had to back off a little bit because I was blocked, but then I thought, I'm having this place. There's no way I was not going to capitalise on the fact that he'd been off the track. And yes, I got my elbows out a little bit, but like they say, rubbing's racing and the place was mine. And as we skip ahead a little bit, you can see that the Subaru gets his line wrong, goes off the track. Now he's got dirty tyres. Now, whether it was the dirty tyres, the dirty air coming off the back of the Alpha, or he just outbraked himself, he gets it all kinds of wrong. Okay, that was a bit naughty, pulling back onto a track like that, but little switcheroo, I'm on the inside and I take the place, and I'm off down the start straight with another place in my pocket. And what I hadn't realised at the time is behind me, the Genesis and the Subaru had been fighting, quite literally, and that caused, well, that. And trust me, there's nothing quite as bad as hearing a set of screeching tyres behind you at a hairpin. And as we jump ahead to the chicane, which, to be honest, I'm never quite sure whether to call Lacombe or Lacombe, you can see that the GTR has allowed me to catch right up on the back of the Alpha. And I'm sniffing another place, you know, 4th's on here. So it's time to put my foot down and catch up to him. And unfortunately, putting my foot down, I did a little bit too well. Gave it too much beans, back end stepped out on me, and I end up scrubbing off some speed. And worse than that means I fall back and lose some of the gain I'd made on my Alpha. But I'm not giving up yet. But despite my determination, it takes me all of the rest of the 3rd lap and into the final 4th lap before I'm even within sniffing distance of the Alpha again. But like I said, I'm not giving up yet, and we've still got our Rouge and Kemble Straight to come up, and that's where the GTR is going to excel. And as we hit fast forward here, you can see that the mighty Nissan did actually do what I'd planned. Little by little, it reeled in that Alpha, and I was catching up. Not as quick as I'd like, but I was still catching up. But here, as we approach and go through the double left-handers, things start to change in my favour. Because as we go around the right-hander, you see a little puff of smoke in the distance, a little bit of contact, and look, there's a Subaru off into the sand. Now, it's never nice to see a fellow Brit losing out, but that's the place for me. And talking of gaining places, the Alfa here goes too wide up on the AstroTurf, loses speed, and I come down through the inside. Now, would have been nice for him to use his radar because he would have seen I was there, but no harm, no foul. Now, I'm in front and we're coming up to the end of this lap. I have the Alfa behind me and I'm hoping he's not in the slipstream because I don't want him to throw one up the inside as we come to the chicane. So at this moment, it's just fingers crossed. Get ready to hit my braking point, which I do quite nicely. Turn in, clip the apex, go over the left, clip that apex, and now it's just a short run to the start finish line, and that is third place. Third place at Spa, gaining 4 positions and a place on the podium with a rolling start. I'll tell you now, I'll take that every day. For more great videos like this one, just follow this link. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.